Hi guys, welcome to Bella's Big Adventures. As you know, we have a dog called Bella and we're hoping to take her travelling with us as soon as lockdown ends. So today we're going to be looking at some pet products that we've bought, and hopefully they'll make your life easier if you're travelling or camping with your dog. All the products featured in the video we bought with our own money. They're not sponsored in any way, and we can vouch for them for their quality and robustness. So first up. Okay, so first up we've got the Collapz water drinks dispenser and bowl set. We bought this as a combo set and it costs about £23. You can actually buy them separately, so if you only needed one part, that's doable. The bottle is just plastic. It's all made of 100% food grade durable materials, and all of the Collapz products are like that. It holds 570 millilitres of water. And to make it into a bowl, you basically just fold back this leaf-shaped silicone cover, and it makes a drinking bowl for the dog. Obviously, you just take the cap off, fill it with water. They can keep drinking until they're full, and then once they finish, put the cap back on, and it folds back together. It's also got a really handy clip so that you can attach it to your bag or your rucksack or whatever else. It's really easy to clean. It is hand wash only, and they do recommend that every few washes you sterilise it, either using vinegar and water or some sterilising tablets. And the bowl comes in this handy bag, which also has a hook that you could attach to the outside of a rucksack if you were going hiking. It's quite handy. So it just unflaps, and inside are two collapsible silicone bowls. They come in different colours as well. You can get them in blue and green, I think, at the moment. But basically, they just pop up like so. And you can use one for water and one for biscuits, obviously, or whatever they eat. The twin bowls are 15 centimetres in diameter and 7 centimetres high. Obviously, as I say, they've got this integrated carry case, but also to make life easier for cleaning, they are just Velcroed onto the bottom of the carrying case. So then you can go and hand wash these as well. And then they just stick back inside. Nice and compact, don't take up too much space, which is always a good thing when you're travelling. Next up, we have this Kibble Kaddie dog food travel bag from Ruffwear. I really love this because it's compact and really easy to use. Basically, you open the top, put your biscuits inside, and then getting some of the air out, you roll the top down, fold the flaps over and clip it together, and it creates a really handy little handle to carry it in. Obviously it'd be fuller than this if it was full of biscuits. And then as your dog eats more food, the more you're travelling, you just keep rolling it down until it's empty, basically. Inside there is a separate pocket which allows you to store your collapsible bowls and your drinking bottle and things like that. There's also a really handy flap which is shaped like a spout. And at the bottom there's also a strap which you can use as a hand grip. It's quite tight, but it's strong enough. Pull that out, that works as a spout. Tip your kibble out into the dog bowl and you're sorted. And then obviously you just take the air out and roll it back down again. Great little thing. It holds up to 10 kilograms of food. It measures 43 centimetres high when it's extended and is 24 centimetres wide. Great. The next thing I have to show you is something I wouldn't be without for peace of mind, and that's this dog tracker Nano. It does as the name suggests. It tracks your dog when you're out on a hike or visiting new and interesting places. It comes in 3 colours, red, black or blue, and it's got a strong waterproof case. Sorry, I'm just charging it and it just clips on there. It has a rechargeable built-in battery, and to charge it, as I was just demonstrating before, there is a little waterproof rubber flap here, and it comes with a charging cable and a clip which just goes, it's got metal points, it just clips onto the side. This rubbery bit on the end here acts as an antennae. Also the harness strap or collar fits through it. Obviously this antenna is best pointing upwards on the dog if at all possible. It needs to have a clear line of sight because that is what picks up the GPS. The charge will last up to 4 days if you're just heading out on a daily walk, and 2 if you're out on a particularly active day. They do recommend, however, that you charge it daily. It looks quite bulky, but in actual fact it's not that heavy. It weighs less than a mobile phone. It's just under 70 grams. And you can choose, depending on where you live and where you're travelling, from 4 different pre-installed SIM cards for the UK and to use the GPS tracking. But if you're planning on travelling in Europe, it's worth paying the extra £24 to get the roaming SIM, and that basically picks up the strongest signal from wherever you're visiting. You do need, however, to download their app and to log in. And as you can see, the opening page has Where's My Dog, Track a Walk, Geofence, Walks, Activity, Health and Wellbeing. It can work as a Fitbit as well, believe it or not. You can set an alert, so if your dog goes missing and you've got other family members on the same tracker, they can also see what's going on and things like that. So basically, if you click on Where's My Dog, it'll bring up a map and show you your general location. It shows you a picture of Bella. You can put your own picture in. I don't know if you can see this or not, but it shows you how charged the battery is, what the GPS signal's like, and the signal strength between your phone and the actual tracker. If you're in an urban area, you can switch to satellite view if you're, pressing the wrong buttons. If you're in woodland or less built up spaces, for instance, this is an area of Bratislava. There's also a compass setting. The purple is where the tracker is, basically, and you just keep turning your compass until you're pointing in the direction of your dog, so you really cannot lose them. You can save walks as well, so that's quite handy. I've only got one saved at the moment just to show you, but it'll show you where you've been, the route you took, the distance you travelled, in this case 5 kilometres, how long you took to get there and back, and the average speed. There is a subscription fee. The first year, obviously, the price includes the cost of the Nano, and subsequent years will be cheaper just to pay for the tracking activity. But there are various ways to pay. You can do monthly, yearly, or a one-off lifetime cover. Now, that might seem like a big price to pay, but you do not then pay for the year subscription, so it's quite a good deal. So that's useful, and as I say, it comes with a charger and cable. In fact, it came with 2 chargers. Well worth peace of mind, I would say. Next up is another Ruffwear product. I know I'm starting to sound like a walking advert for them, but we love their things. Bella's got several different coats of theirs, but this is a cool coat, and it's perfect for those hot sunny days when we're all going to be able to travel around Europe at some point, fingers crossed, when lockdown ends. Obviously it's a silvery colour so that it reflects the sun, and to use it you basically just soak it in water, wring it out and place it over your dog's head, under their body, clips at the side. The flaps are there to protect the buckles from getting caught on things. If I can clumsily do it. That just goes in there like that. And the same goes under their body and clips on the other side like so. It again has the light loop, so you can take the light off the ordinary harness. You can put a harness underneath it, and it does have a nice little flap here so that you can gain access to the rear hook for your lead. It doesn't have a hook on the front, but it is brilliant. We took Bella to Austria and it was 34 degrees while we were out walking one day, and it kept her so cool. Black dogs obviously absorb a lot of sun. It also has reflective strips down the side, so in the dark this does glow. And if you're out for an extended period, you can pour water down this section to keep it working. The website does tell you how to measure your dog to get the best coverage and size around their chest and the length and everything like that. But brilliant. Well, Bella's come along to be the supermodel. I'm having to bribe her with biscuits, but hopefully she'll stay still long enough for me to demonstrate the cool coat, hey Bells? So when it's wet, you just pop it over their head like so. Goes down the back. Bella will kindly lift her leg, well done. And then it just clips around her body. She only lifts one leg, I'm not quite sure why, but She's only ever learnt to lift up one side. There we go. What do I think? Supermodel extraordinaire. Good modelling. So in the same vein, we've got a cool mat. It's very simple. You can buy them from anywhere. They're great for hot days when you're travelling. This one is an extra large, believe it or not, but then Bella is quite a big dog. It measures 90 centimetres by 60 centimetres. And it's basically filled with a non-toxic gel, which is scratch resistant and waterproof. You just wipe it down with a wet cloth to clean it. It feels quite cool to the touch. It's just been sitting in an ordinary central heated room, to be honest. But if you wanted to chill it further, you could soak it in cold water or put it in the fridge for a few minutes. But it's not really necessary, because as soon as your dog moves, the heat is released and it takes away the heat from their body. So it's perfect for those hot sunny days that you might have if you're travelling around Europe. They're approximately £15 to £30. You can get them from all sorts of places, pet shops, online, and major sellers. Lots of different sizes, as I say, but great for keeping your dog cool when you've been travelling or you've been out for a long walk. Bella uses it practically all year round, so well worth the investment. Now, obviously, you're also going to need a lead. You're not going to go anywhere without a lead for your dog. This is actually a horse lead. You have to excuse the state of it, because we've just been to the park and it was very muddy because we've had a little bit of snow. And we've had this one for quite some time. It's made of cotton, twisted cotton, which means you don't get rope burn. It doesn't, not like the nylon ones, it doesn't cause damage to your hand if it gets pulled through. It really is a state, this one. I'll have to get a new one. Anyway, originally when we bought it, it was 2.5 metres long. But what I've done is I've added knots at various lengths, especially a short one near the front, so that if you want close, to be close at hand, you've got somewhere to get your hand around it and give it a good hanging on to. You can also wrap this bear around your hand, and as I say, it doesn't cause rope burn. So they're really useful, and they're relatively cheap because they're obviously meant for horse use, not really for dogs. But it's got a really big, strong catch as well, because obviously horses are a little bit stronger than a dog in general. And they're available from, country stores, online and such like, and in lots of colours. Another really useful thing, which is, can be used for humans as well as dogs, are these microfibre towels. I can't stress how handy they are, because they absorb a lot of water and they dry really quickly. And also they fold up into a very small space, so great for humans too. We got this from Decathlon. Obviously, they're available from lots of places. I think this one cost us about €9, and it's the extra large, so it really is enormously big. It's much bigger than a bath sheet, let's put it that way. They look quite thin, but actually they absorb lots of water, so that's brilliant. And you can just chuck them in the washing machine. So, next up is this Ruffwear Harness. It's a front range harness. It's padded. It's Y-shaped. It's X-shaped on the front, but as you can see, this bit goes across their chest in a Y shape, and it spreads the load. So if your dog does pull, there's no pressure point. Not unlike the ones that go across the shoulders and cause real problems. Bella had some serious injuries from one of those. These I found to be perfect. This harness has 2 lead attachments. Their head goes through here. I'll demonstrate on Bella in a moment. This goes down the length of their body and round their chest, and then it all clips together with quite secure clips. Obviously, you need to adjust these to the width of your dog. And then once it's on, you slide these quite stiff, which they need to be, because they've got to, if your dog's pulling, you don't want it giving way. Pull these tighter to make sure it's nice secure fit. You don't want to cut the circulation off, obviously. You should still be able to get your fingers just underneath the back of the harness once it's on. It's got 2 fastenings, 2 hook points as well, so you can have your lead attached to the back of them. Or if they do pull, there's this hook at the front as well, which sort of turns them towards you if they start pulling away from you. And if you've got a double-ended lead, obviously you can attach one to the front and the back for extra security. There is a little loophole here where you can attach a light, and I'll show you the one we have in a second. There's also this slot here, which is quite a tough Velcro fastening, if I can get it apart. which is perfect for storing ID tags. It does say ID on the front. We've got a spare ID tag. These, by the way, are fabulous. They're from Red Dingo. They're enamel. We've had these over the years with various dogs, and they last for ages. They don't cost that much either, and you can get your name, your telephone number, address, and even the chip number printed on the back. It comes on the harness. You can attach it through the hole with this cord that's built into the harness, and it can just tuck away into the harness and Velcro fasten, so it's always there. As I say, there is a light attachment. The one we have is the beacon light, and I'll add all the links in the description below. This is waterproof down to IPX7, which, if you don't know what that means, it's basically, it can be submerged into up to 1 metre of water for up to 30 minutes. So if you've got a paddler or a swimmer, they'll be fine for a while. Basically, it's got a really handy little push clip at the side here, which is quite firm, and it just slides through, clips into place. There is a extra security tag, but I haven't quite worked out what I'm supposed to attach that to. I suppose that's if you want to use it on a collar or something. But anyway, it is quite bright, and it has 3 different colours. So you hold the button at the bottom down for a second to switch it on. It has red, green and blue, and it has red solid, red flashing and red slow flash. Green solid, green fast flash and green slow flash. And the same in blue, solid, flash and slow glow. And you hold it to turn it off. Apparently the fast flash lasts up to 20 hours from a single charge. The static light lasts up to 6 hours, and the slow glow flash is 12 hours. It takes about an hour to fully charge it from completely dead, and it comes with a little charging cable, a short little USB, and it has another little waterproof socket there where you just plug your USB in. And it's visible for up to 750 metres, they claim. It is really bright once it's on. We've made the mistake of actually switching it on while she's been in the back of the car going to a walk, and it's quite blinding if you're looking through your rear view mirror. So don't turn it on till you get there. But yeah, it's easy to spot them from a great distance, or if you're out on a nighttime walk or it's just a miserable day. Okay, I'm going to show you, hopefully, if she keeps still, how the harness goes on. Come here, Bill. So you put your head through the hoop, like so. Just turn around sideways a little bit, good girl. We lift the leg up again. Your dog doesn't need to be able to do that. She just learned how to do it by herself. Just wraps around the body, clips into place, and then you slide these to tighten, protecting it under the flap if it's going all the way across. And there we go. What do we think? Sit. Fabulous. And of course, to carry all these fabulous things that you've bought for your lovely pet, you're going to need a decent sized bag. This one we had customised. It's from a fabulous lady called Christine Winkler. She's got a small cottage industry running from home, and she makes everything dog related pretty much, and if she doesn't make it and you ask her, she'll have a good go at making it for you. This is one of her travel bags. You can have the wording changed to whatever you want. Obviously, this just says Bella's Hollybobs bag. The carry bag's made from a waterproof canvas, and it's machine stitched with industrial thread. They are quite large. It's 50 centimetres by 30 by 30, and it'll hold loads of stuff. All the things I've shown you today, plus more toys and extra food and things like that. So well worth it. And it comes in lots of different colours. There are 8 different coloured fabrics, plus different sort of pattern fabrics that you can put on the end, or you can just have the canvas. It's also got a little poop bag dispenser attachment on the end. I'll put a link to her website. It's called the Doggy Cookie Company, and she also makes biscuits and things like that. Cheese paws or apple sticks are Bella's favourite from Christine. And it's always good to support small businesses. She also makes these fabulous wash bags. Obviously you could use them for a human, but these are meant for dogs. Grooming bags. This one says Doodle Wash Bag on it. It's got a little attachment. Also in the same sort of fabric. You can have it again in different colours, and it holds loads of things. brushes, ear cleaning stuff. Being a long hairy dog, she needs to be groomed regularly, so we need to keep brushes, combs, detangling spray, all that kind of thing in there. Now obviously the other thing you will need if you're travelling in a motorhome or even a car these days is some way of securing your dog so that it's safe in a case of an emergency. I think actually in some countries it's actually illegal to travel without your dog tethered in some way. Obviously it will depend on the size of your dog. You could use a crate. If you've got a small dog, obviously with a motorhome there's not much floor space, so a dog of Bella's size is going to take up a lot of room. So there are harnesses and seatbelt attachments that you can use as well. Obviously it depends on your motorhome, depends on the size of your dog, and we'll let you know what we choose when we finally get our motorhome. Well, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please give us a thumbs up and a like if you have enjoyed it, and leave any comments you might have, any products you think that we might need in future. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you get future updates. Thanks for tuning in. What do we think about all the doggy products, Belle? Do we like them? You're going to say goodbye? So from me, Doug and Bella, bye for now. Thanks for tuning in.